So we are here on June 2nd with Daniel Homsey, and we are here at Craigslist Bootcamp on June 2nd. So I wanted to ask Daniel, what is the Neighborhood Empowerment Network, and can you just share a little bit about what it is, and I'll ask you a few more questions after that.
Sure. The Neighborhood Empowerment Network is a manifestation, really, of a dialogue that was initiated in 2006-2007 with community leaders around the city. And the conversation was, things don't seem to be really going really well in the construct of the partnership between City Hall and the neighborhoods, and what could we do to make it better? And they came up with really some fundamentally obvious ideas about how to create a better working relationship. How we could perform and function differently, how we could create maybe new tools and resources that could help them be more effective at doing what they wanted to accomplish. And so we began to just start with that and just say, you know what, that's where we're going to start. There's no more quick fixes, no more slick campaigns, no more press conferences, and then 2 weeks later everything go back to normal. The work has to be real, it has to be meaningful, and it has to be sustained over a long period of time. So the Neighborhood Empowerment Network is a coalition of city agencies, nonprofits, foundations, academic institutions, community organizations, residents, the faith-based community, and we all come together and say, look, you know what, it's a level playing field, we're all partners, how can we work together to help our communities be successful?
Wonderful.
And that's pretty much it.
Great. So if I would ask you to push this a little bit further, somewhere along the way you must have thought that, okay, what would our success look like, or what is our ideal vision? If you had the chance to sort of paint a big picture, let's say maybe the timeline is up to you, but let's say 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 years, 50 years from now, if Neighborhood Empowerment Network is really firing away at all 12 cylinders, what would it look like? And can you articulate that in whatever way you...
I would submit that, you know, if you came in year one and we had, you know, 100 organizations at the table, and you came back in year three, we had 300 organizations, but more importantly, the 100 first organizations are still at the table, then that means I think we've done something substantive. I think that the right to exist comes from the merit of our work and the benefit to the community. So the fact that we're still here clearly demonstrates that people think that there is value. I think it's going to take a long time to really be able to measure and identify the outcomes that we can take credit for. But I think that the idea behind the net is to create a space where people feel like there is a chance to hope and dream and be able to achieve your goals. And I think that you always, as a city, need to have a place like that. And I'm really blessed to have the kind of support from the mayor, and that allows me to, you know, get up every day and run as hard as I can until I fall over, and the next day get up and start all over again.
Sweet, sweet. I want to actually give you a chance to actually, now that you've mapped your impact in terms of like more organizations really in the community, richly connected and empowered basically, and the website I want to mention is empowersf.org, and so basically an empowered San Francisco ecosystem with the foundations, nonprofits, government agencies, networking and doing well together. If you were to say, that would be a nice vision. In terms of actual measuring the success, in terms of the metrics, or what do you normally use? And now that you've mapped your impact, or you are leading to that, what would you look for those measures of success?
Sure.
Just a few.
We have a team of students at San Francisco State right now creating a resiliency indicator matrix, where we're going to try and begin to work with communities, let them self-identify what they feel are the indicators that help them measure their success. Everything from recidivism rates, employment rates, high school dropout rates, to number of trees being planted, number of stores selling fresh produce, whatever they want to use as an indicator as to what they feel is an outcome of their work. We want to be able to figure out a way to help them track on a sustained basis. So that's a project that Jennifer Shea's students at San Francisco State is working on right now. We might be, I think, the first city to really operationalize a vision like that. I really think we've got to get away from the hearsay and and there's sort of like the from the hip observations and get down to measurable outcomes that people really feel give merit to the work.
Wonderful.
And I think that's we can't afford anymore to work in the margins and guess things are getting better. Real people are being impacted by that. Real young people's futures are at stake, and we're really here. We're just borrowing this opportunity to help the city be successful for our kids, and we owe it to ourselves to be that specific.
Wonderful. Thank you, Daniel. Good luck on the Neighborhood Empowerment Network. Thank you for speaking with me.
Very much.
Oh, 5.5 minutes.